Hey, what's up everyone? In this video we're going to talk about WordPress plugins. Plugins are just extensions to WordPress to help you do more things and add functionality. So this is the WordPress.org plugin site, and you can see it has 25,474 plugins listed. And pretty much if you ever thought like, I wish my website could do this, or I wish I had this on my website, there's probably a plugin for it. So there's plugins for social sharing, social icons, images, Twitter, security for your website, backup for your website, SEO, basically pretty much everything you can think of. You should check to see if there's a plugin that can do it for you. So let's log in to the website and go to your dashboard. So if you look at your dashboard down here, there's an option called plugins, and if you click on plugins, you'll see three selections underneath: installed plugins, add a new plugin, and editor. Editor you won't need to go to unless you're actually a coder or a program and you know what you're doing and you know how to change the code in the plugin. So where we are right now, this is the installed plugin. So I have two plugins. This is just a default plugin that's always installed. You don't need it. It's just a fun little thing. So I can delete it. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. And Akismet is an important plugin if you're going to have a blog or if you're going to have comments on your website, because spam is a big problem on blogs. Like automated spam just goes everywhere. And Akismet is one of the ways that you can keep it down to a minimum. So we definitely want to activate Akismet. And so when you install plugins, they're not activated. You have to actually activate them. So I hit activate and it says almost done. Activate your account and say goodbye to comment spam. So here's a button up here which probably brings you to Akismet, and you have to get a WordPress key. Before Akismet works, you got to get a WordPress key. And so if you click on this, then it's going to bring you to this where you need to sign up if you don't have a WordPress.com account. So you need that key to enter into the settings for Akismet. So basically you need to put an Akismet API key right here, and you can get that through WordPress.com, or you can sign up right here, put in your email address, choose a username and password, and then sign up. And if it's for personal use on a website, then it's free. And if it's not, if it's for commercial use, then they do charge money, but you can get the free personal key and use it on your website. Like I said, if it's personal, if it's for personal use. But either way, you can get the key for free, and what you do with it after that, it's up to you. So you need to enter your Akismet key here and save the changes. Obviously, I didn't enter anything yet, so it's not active, but I will do that later. And next thing I want to do is add a couple new plugins. So I'm just going to click up here. You can click here or right here, and click add new. So one of the plugins I want to install is called GASP for short, and that stands for GrowMap Anti-Spam Bot Plugin. So this helps eliminate spam also. Basically it just helps eliminate automated spam, and if you click details, you'll get a pop-up of the description of the plugin. You see which version of WordPress it's compatible with. A lot of times people don't update their plugins, and so this might say 3.0, and that means not compatible with 3.5. A lot of times the more plugins that you use, the more conflicts you use. It's kind of like software on a computer. If you have all this software trying to function on your computer, there's bound to be conflicts, because you can't plan for every contingency. So try to keep the plugins to a minimum if you can. But this gives you the information about the description, how many times it's been downloaded, if there's any ratings, how to install it, gives you screenshots. And so if you look at this one, basically what this plugin does is put the checkbox down here, and you have to click it before you can post your comment. So obviously that will prevent spam robots from just going to your website automatically entering spam comments. So let's go back here, and I'm just going to click on install now, and it says, are you sure you want to install this plugin? Click OK. Then it automatically installs it, and if I go back to installed plugins, then you can see it's listed here, but it's not activated yet. I have to activate it. So I'll click activate, and once you activate any kind of plugin, usually you have settings associated with it. Sometimes it could be in settings, or like right here. You can see it under Akismet. Sometimes there's a separate option down here, or even sometimes it's under tools. So you have to kind of find where the settings are. A lot of times they'll have a link right within the plugin description of how you get to the settings. So this one is right here under settings and GASP. And basically it's just the options, what you want it to say: confirm you are not a spammer, allow trackbacks, and the alert you want, no checkbox, blah blah blah, and then save the changes. So those are just the options you can select for this plugin. So we'll go back to plugins and add a new plugin, and this time I want to install a WordPress SEO plugin. And I'm looking for WordPress SEO by Yoast. It's a good plugin if your theme doesn't already have SEO settings. And it's actually a good plugin even if your theme does have SEO settings. So I can click on details if I want to see, make sure it's up to date, compatible up to 3.51. It's been downloaded almost 5 million times. Last updated 65 days ago. Okay, so it's good to go. I'll click install now, and it's automatically installing it. Then we go back to installed plugins, and you can see that it's here, but it's not activated. So I'll have to click activate. And now you can see that the settings for the SEO Yoast plugin are right here. So these are all the different settings for the SEO plugin. Obviously, if you don't understand it, then it's probably not a plugin you should be using, or you should learn a little bit more about it. We're not going to go into details on this now. We're going to go back to plugins, and one thing I want to do is install social sharing buttons. So when I go to my blog, okay, so here's the blog post. This is the default blog post that's on every new WordPress installation. I want to use better social sharing icons down here so people can tweet this or like it on Facebook or share it with Google+. So I'm going to install a plugin. So I'm going to go to add new, and I'm going to search for tweet like Google Plus. Okay, so this is the one I'm looking for, tweet like Google Plus One and Share, and you can see there's all kinds of different plugins if you want to check them out. Look at their ratings, all that stuff. This is the one I know I want to install, so I'm just going to click install now. Confirm by OK, activate plugin, and let's see. Okay, so under settings, I'll go to tweet like plus one to see what the settings are all about. Okay, so there's a bunch of different settings. Place it in the header, place it in the footer. Obviously, some plugins are a lot easier than others. Okay, so we're just going to leave it as it is, and let's check the post now that it's added and see what happens. Okay, so now that we installed and activated that plugin, we have the tweet button, the Facebook like button, and the Google Plus One under the post. So that's exactly what we actually, it's at the top of the post, which is probably one of the settings. You can choose to display it above the post, below the post, or both, or whatever you want to do. So basically that's what plugins are for. Anything you can think of. If you want e-commerce, sign up forms, just go to plugins, add new, type it in, or you can click on some of the subjects down here, or obviously the favorites, the newest, the popular, and the featured. So explore the plugins a little bit, find out which ones you need for your website, and that's how you add them. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.